How's it going, everybody? Moose here. And we are in the garage with the Goldwing, and as you might be able to tell, it's back together. I got it all done. The only thing that's off right now is the side cover. I got the battery tender hooked up. And I do plan to run that wire through the side cover soon. I thought I'd go over some of the stuff I've done to it, and give you guys all the heads up and different things I've put on the bike. There's size more, right? But for right now, this is it. I installed a nice ball mount for my cup holder over here that goes on the back of the perch because there's no clutch on a DCT, on the handle that is, so you need somewhere for that to bolt, and I got that hooked up. Of course, you've all seen the tie downs, and I think I mentioned the iPhone cable, which is hooked into the box for Apple CarPlay. I also installed the Helibar risers on here, so as you'll be able to see, the bars set in and back a little bit farther, and they match up perfect now that I sit on the seat. I'm not leaning forward anymore, so I think those will work real nice. I left the top cover off it because I like the way it looks without it, and I didn't want to cut the cover up just in case I didn't like the Helibars and I had to put that protective cover back on. So I left that off on purpose. As you can see, I got the camera mounted on the back of the bike along with the new lights that light up the back of the bike for the filler panels. Those also come with amber ranges in them for the centers, for the blinkers, and those were made by Goldstrike. The camera was made by Innova. It's called the Innova K5 front and rear facing cameras, and I put the DVR inside the saddlebag, hopefully a good spot. They got it out of the way so I couldn't see it on the outside of the bike, and it gave me an area where I can still get to the memory card if need be. I also have the Rivco foot pegs on here. I got them moved back to where they fit me perfect on the bike, the way I like to sit when I ride. And those will work out really nice. Again, thanks to Roger on selling me those. I appreciate it. I got the puddle lights installed on the bike to light up the side of the bike when you come up to it and you push the button on the key fob. So far, I have not been able to get that to work when walking up to it with the key fob. But that's okay, because it works out really nice just being on the switch. Who knows, maybe it'll work later, I'm not really sure. I also installed the Ebrake interrupter, which is a device made by Electrical Connections, which hooks into the same wiring your kickstand is hooked into. Therefore, when your Ebrake is on the DCT, you cannot put the bike in drive. It'll basically flash the kickstands down the dash, which will not allow you to take off from the bike, which will save your Ebrake. It's not a bad install. I probably should have done a video on that. You have to have the side fairing off the bike, and you have to be able to take the Ebrake handle off, which comes off with 2 Allen bolt screws. And then the side cover, I think, came off with like 4 to 6 screws, and it popped right off. And you find the wiring block, and you wire into the white and black wire. It just plugs one from the back of the Ebrake handle. You plug their wire into it, and you plug the Ebrake wire back into their plug. You then run the switch underneath the Ebrake. There's a little cubby hole there. I double-sided tape it in there. Ran it down the bike and got it underneath over the alternator starter device they have back there. And the hardest part is plugging in that little green wire and getting that little green wire unplugged. And I did that with a pair of forceps and a little tiny screwdriver, so it would have been hard to film. But it's done. Moving to the front, I have the Pathfinder lights, and boy are they bright. And then if you turn on the switch, you have the strobe effect on those lights, which is fantastic. And the very last thing that I think I've done to this thing that I can think of right off the top of my head, and there might be more, I can't remember everything, I installed the wing soft seat. I had this sent to John on the 23rd. It got there on the 28th. I sent it U.S. mail, so 5 days to Texas at Biker Solutions. And the turnaround was really fast. I got it back yesterday on February 3rd. So, I mean, if I'd have done faster shipping, I'd have had it back even sooner. But being winter here, wasn't too worried about that. But the padding in it looks amazing. It looks really comfortable. I sat on it on the bike with the highway pegs. Beautiful. Feels comfortable on the butt. A lot more padding. You got rid of that lip in the back. The heated elements still work with the factory wiring because it is the factory seat. He did a fantastic job. I will be doing a review on this after I have a couple thousand miles on it to see what I really think of it. But that's what I did to the bike. So, a lot of work. Labor of love. But I really enjoyed it, and I'm sure I'll be adding more stuff on later next year. I still have to do a backrest. I haven't decided on whether or not I want to do a Utopia or a show chrome. I've heard really good things about the Utopia backrest, but the show chrome looks so nice, and it's removable and adjustable, so I'm not really sure. I'd like some comments on that if possible in the video below, the video comments below to this video. Let me know if you have any idea about the show chrome. I know a lot of people have a lot of stuff good to say about the Utopia backrest, but I'd be interested in the show chrome too, because it's got a nicer cut to it. I think it looked nicer with the bike. And I like the fact that it's quickly detachable from the bike. I don't know if the Utopia is or not. I haven't looked into that. But that's some of the stuff I've done to the old girl. And riding season still ain't here, unfortunately, so I can't enjoy it. But there'll be more to come for sure. I got a lot more things to say, you know. So this is Moose saying keep it safe out there, and until next time, I'll be talking at you. See ya.